So this is also something that we teach, ending high, right? So many speakers,
Yes.
they start high, they go down, and then they end also down, below. So you have to end high, right?
You want to leave your audience at a better place than you got them. You
Mm-hmm.
pick them up, if you pick them up at a 5, you want to leave them at a 6, right? So generally what happens though is we pick them up at a 5, we take them to an 8 because we want to start big. Then we get into the middle of the presentation and we leave them at a, and again,
Yes.
if you pick them up at an 8 and you leave them at a 7, they're still measuring
Mm.
that you came down, so you got worse. So I want to pick up my audience at a 5. I want to get them to a 6 or a 7. Then I understand there's going to be content bits in the middle, and I want to leave them at an 8. So I want to take them on that journey.
Mm-hmm.
And that is your job as a speaker, is you're picking an audience up at one place and you're dropping them off somewhere else. Make sure the place you drop them off is a nicer neighborhood than the place you pick them up.
So, and when you want to end high, so one way is to get up with your voice and paint a picture, or what techniques do you recommend to end high?
I mean, it's really this, you want to get them going. So I've called them to action. I usually do a recap of my core points.
Yeah.
So I say, okay, so let's talk about these 3 things. Number 1, do this. Number 2, do this. Number 3, do this.
Something action,
and ladies and gentlemen,
bullet points.
those 3 actions. And I've already introduced them to that legacy list throughout. So we talk about the principle of your legacy list. The ideas that people take home with them. So 1, 2, 3, but then I do start building up my pace. I start moving. I plant myself in the middle of the stage and I look at them, I narrow my eyes and I speed up, and it's called peroration. And I will start building them up to a point where I'm trying to get them in short little sentences to the point that they believe that they can go out there and be whatever they want to be. And provided you don't come across sounding too much like a motivational speaker, because that's not what I'm trying to do, I try not to motivate them. I'm not giving them false hope. I'm giving them provocation. If you're happy being the version of you that you are right now, then stay in that seat. But if you're not happy, then I would suggest that nothing is going to happen for you. Knowing these tips, that is nothing. Putting them in action, that is everything. So I'm calling you to action right now. I'm calling you to go out there and lead loud. Ladies and gentlemen, make it happen. And that would be my ending. And that's how they know to clap. That, ladies and gentlemen, blah, blah, blah. Or we talk at the double up at the end.